All right, we do apologize for that. Late on the start here. We thought we had everything correct, just forgot one plug in, and that live. Apologize. Go ahead and get your grid rolling here. Matt Teasley is going to be on the pole with Noah Jackson was outside. Peyton Holland, Greg Wood Jr. in row number 2. Brock Whitehead and Trey Whitehead. Row number 3, followed by Jeff Kleinsma, Joseph Grialva, Christian Rose, and Chris Otto. Followed by Caleb Collins and Chris Hubka. Matt Davies and Dalton McKinney make up row number 7, followed by Ryan White, Charlie Childress, Brett Bullard, Cameron Coster in row number 9, Charles Whitehead and Zach Woods, row 10. Justin Hutchison and Wes Fuller make up row number 11. 23rd, Bill Hagan. 24th, Adam Stewart. Tom Board and CJ Papa in row 13. Johnny Williams and Cole Martin make up the final row. Cole Martin not able to take the green flag here. Ready to rock and roll here at Charlotte for 260 laps in the DJ Knights 390. We've got a couple things going on in the in-season tournament, sponsored by WHD Designs. Noah Jackson, Matt Davies, racing for $100. We'll keep you updated on that throughout the course of the night. We are coming to the green flag. Waiting for the starter. Green flag is in the air. We are rolling the green flag, sponsored by Milwaukee Tools.
And here we go, off and away, do-si-do, down to the corner number 1. And it's going to be Noah Jackson there.
Trouble! Jackson gets up into the wall. They're wrecking down the back straightaway. Ray Whitehead is around. Muffler man caution comes out.
Not the way you want to start this one off.
Oh, not at all the way you want to start this one off. The first caution of the race. I got started when the 87 got sideways coming up off of turn number 2.
Here comes the replay.
Take a look at the replay here. Got up into nowhere there, got him sideways, and got that wall. It got him back down into the 23. Right in front of the field, you got cars going sideways and everybody scrambling around. A couple of them getting up into the outside wall. Charlie Childress, Cameron Coster getting in it. Well, if there's time to have something like this happen, number 1 would be the time. Holland's going to over race lead.
Yeah, because even within, you still got time to recover. I mean, we got a long ways to go. We got, 390 miles of racing to do tonight.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a long way to recover, but, if these guys got some engine damage, that's going to be something that they're just going to have to deal with throughout the course of the night. Nobody wants that to happen. Yeah, just a tough deal overall. So Peyton Holland going to take over the race lead over Thad Teasley. Brock Whitehead, Greg Wood, Jeff Kleinsma in your top 5. Thad Teasley, I believe, was found to be at so not. assaulted an EOL or getting the black flag.
Yeah, that was sent Tad all the way to the end of the longest line.
Buffalo Man caution flag is out for the first time today. And then them up. 19 Columbus Road, 740-592-593. Care of your ride.
Only we had a muffler man in St. Louis, but nonetheless, here we are getting ready to get doubled up 2x2 Noah's Ark style behind that iRacing.com pace car.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure what's going on with the 33. I believe he was supposed to come in and take a hold and not done it. Here side by side for the race. Wave off the caution. Start here if they're just going to go to the back and maybe serve that under flag condition. Yeah, and we do apologize for the slight little issue that we had going on that official start. Greg Wood had a beautiful prayer, as always. Lug nut. Amazing command. Not used to seeing that version of me.
The AI version, look, if the AI version's got me at 100 pounds lighter, I'll take it all day long.
I got it right. I do look good in a suit.
I mean, you look good as Spider-Man too.
True. Oh, we're coming back to the Milwaukee Tools green flag. Race car's gonna make that hard left turn. Here we go. We're trying it again. 27 drivers. A little bit of a checkup there on the start. See if every... Oh, and we're wrecking again.
We crash again. And the caution
we've got a
goes
big
out.
problem here on the front. Heinzman, I believe, was the first one to get turned around, and a lot of these beautiful Memorial Day style paint schemes are kind of banged up. They're looking like the beer cans that we generally crush at the Memorial Day barbecue. But Jackson, stuck in the back here, involved in this in-season tournament. On the line is $100. WHD Speed Wraps sponsoring this event. But Jackson has to finish in front. This driver, Matt Davies. Davies here in the 32 jockey Toyota Camry. I was about to say Tundra. I've been doing truck races. Matt Davies looking pretty stout here. He's up 5 spots in this 32 machine. A lot of these guys just trying to pitch back up to the field. Well, the pace car is going to come up off of turn number 4. Feel terrible because I missed it at, I believe it was Kansas. Got caught up in a crash last week. Johnny Williams wasn't able to make it. Going to go silent for lap number 7. Johnny Williams. Doubled up here for the restart. Peyton Holland going to lead him down. He's got Greg Wood Jr. to his outside. Brock Whitehead, Christian Rose, Joseph Grinalva Jr., Caleb Collins, Lubka, Matt Davies, Alton McKinney, and Justin Hutchison. Rounding out the top 10. Johnny Williams just now getting out of the pit lane. Watch his pairs there. Got a crew full of John Cenas. We couldn't see any of them. Part of it, though. Work. Now he's going to be out. He's going to be one lap down, along with Chris Otto. For potential recipient. Or it's car is going to make that hard left turn once again as we come back to the Milwaukee Tools green flag. I think I heard if we don't go 5 laps without another caution, these guys are going single file until they can run 20 without a caution. There's a little bit more on the line. Green flag back in the air. Holland going to lead him down. A bit of a shift there from Rose to get down low. Everybody clean and green at this point so far.
Well, we made it through the gearbox. We come down the back straightaway.
One of them into the wall coming up off of the corner, but look at the speed these guys can get. Now that we actually get a little bit of time rolling. Shaking this camera. Peyton Holland going to lead the first green flag lap of the day. He's got Greg Wood Jr., last week's winner, all over his rear bumper.
Greg Wood Jr. looking to go back-to-back this week. And there goes Tad Teasley off the pit road, serving that penalty.
Like he had some right front damage there. We'll have to go back and check on that. But here comes the battle for the lead as Greg Wood Jr. looking to the inside. Might have gotten that 18 just a little bit loose. Tough to do in this next-gen car, but hey, you put the bumper to the right spot, you can do anything. Greg Wood Jr. to the race lead.
Okay, right here on lap 11. Give the lead to Greg Wood Jr. over Peyton Holland. Down the back straightaway. Peyton Holland going to try to cross him over. He's going to go to the outside. And Liam, this is a prime example. You don't want to burn your stuff up too fast here.
No, you really don't. And this is a track that has personally gotten me. You know, you sit there, you think you're, oh, I'm hot stuff. I get out front, I'm driving away. 15, 20 laps later, they're reeling you in, and there is nothing you can do with those rears because you cooked them.
We got a car on the inside coming up here on Dalton McKinney, just behind Hubka. That's that number 40 car of Charles Whitehead.
Battling here side by side a little bit further back. Jeff Kleinsma making a good recovery. You see one getting up into the wall like the 4 of Adam Stewart. Just a little bit of a tag, so he's going to be all right.
A little bit, minor one.
Go back to see what happened to that 33 though. Tad Teasley off the track. Well, there, we'll try to speed her up a bit. Middle of 3 wide here. Oh, he got clipped on the front strip. Broken toe link. You see that left or right front rather turned all the way to the inside.
What a tough break for Tad Teasley.
Front Greg Wood Jr. out to about 9/10 of a second of a lead. The longest night EOL Race Wrap Guy Cup Series is going to run. Side by side, plenty within the top 10. Dalton McKinney Side by side here. Number 22, Joseph Grijalva. Trying to make a pass. Matt Davies gets up out of the apron, gets a little bit sideways. Grijalva has to check up. Like Charles Whitehead moves down to the bottom as well on Tom Bourne. He's got a big push from the 10 of Justin Hutchison. They slide up the racetrack in turn 3. That 40's going to have to check up a touch. Sideways is the 60. Saves it as everybody else, as there goes Adam Stewart through the grass.
Yeah, well, on the part of the Roval here, there's a lot of action. Liam, I get to say it, there's more action than a Waffle House at 3 a.m.
Went better the right Waffle Houses, but here we are. We're 16 laps into this race, 17 laps completed, rather. No, we saw quick caution.
We did.
Gotta start. I mean, you gotta think we're starting to get around that turning point where if Greg Wood is over. Oh, we got some of them in the wall coming up off of turn 2. Caleb Collins. Matt Davies and Caleb Collins made a little bit of contact up off of turn 2. Collins got the wall. Davies, I believe, might have tagged it as well, but 72 didn't look too bad. Been worse for the pair.
No harm, no foul.
Get it, Allen. Gap is starting to fall. 30-14 last time around compared to a 29-98. Greg Wood Jr. get a little bit loose or something, or is he starting to really feel the heat on those tires?
Oh, those tires are getting cooked the longer he runs. You know, and if I'm Greg Wood Jr., I'm going to want to slow that race pace down and, you know, sort of cool them tires off. Peyton Holland playing offense right now in second place. He's betting on Greg Wood Jr. to just drive the bejeebus out of that race car and cook those tires and force him to pit just a little bit earlier than what he normally would.
Able to pull it back out that time around. Peyton Holland a little bit slower. Brock Whitehead in third, Dalton McKinney fourth. Noah Jackson rounds out your top 5, able to do a pretty nice recovery in front of Matt Davies. Now remember, these two racing for $100, courtesy of WHD Speed Wraps. Speaking of WHD Speed Wraps, Trey Whitehead not too far behind here in the 32, rather 23. Sorry, Matt Davies is the 32 just in front of him. But he's in different paint schemes. This kind of throws you off a touch, but
not too bad, though.
Oh, no, not at all. Goodness for timing and scoring.
Thank goodness it's not a field full of Kevin Harvick.
Seen that video. Side by side here, just up in front of these guys, Noah Jackson. Got Rose up to his outside. Trying to take away that top 5 spot that Noah Jackson has worked so hard to get back. Still back from where he started, which was outside of the front row. Now Rose goes back up to the top, about half a lane to a full lane up. Big turns 3 and 4 is probably better suited to run the bottom, but turns 1 and 2 could really get a good rip up on the outside lane. What McKinney can do up on the outside, rocking a full trickle style number there.
I think it says Mick Dingers.
Dinger.
Never heard of him.
Oh, now you have. Here's the Top It Off Hot Sauce Company. Official sponsor, the racing family here in the EOL Race Wrap Guy Cup Series, and the official lead sponsor, by the way. TopItOff.com. Oh, and there's a slide out of Noah Jackson.
Oh, take it easy, everybody. You can't do that. It's early.
Goods. A good save there. Clipped the apron just a little bit, and we saw it. Quite literally, we could see the wheel he had moved. And Matt Davies able to get back around him. That's a crisp $100 bill that He right in front of him going away.
Well, just as we said that, they're going to get single filed out here pretty quickly. Here comes Rose right underneath Jackson. These guys are battling it out pretty hard.
Hard. Everybody wants to get themselves a Hamilton. Sorry, Hamilton's 10. It's Franklin.
Yeah, it's been, as I say, it's a bit Franklin.
Unfortunately, not everybody is eligible. Just Davies. Side by side here, though, is that 30. Trey Whitehead. Making some hay up on the outside. At 14. Goes Ryan White on the outside as well. Going to get around that 14. Caleb Collins trying to follow him through. Much doing here for Christian Rose down on the inside. Alva's going to look to his outside now. We got one getting right up next to the wall. That's 88. Oh, that's Chris Otto. He's got a quick car. He's racing his way up through the field. Or potentially trying to get his lap back the hard way. He's only 4 seconds off of where the race leader is. A half, roughly. Oh, he's quick. Really wants to get that what's closing Lucky Dog Award.
Yeah, he's trying to be the first car a lap down. Here he comes on his teammate, though, of Joseph Grijalva and that Red Line Racing team there. These guys are teammates.
Look at this run that Gate's going to get down the back straightaway. Actually, not much of a run there. Expect a little bit more. Right up next to the wall goes the 22. That allows the 88 to cut down. Otto not racing for position. He's just trying to close in on the race lead. Stay as close to the race leader so that when lap traffic does start to fall, victim to the race, able to capitalize and stay in that free pass position.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of
putting Charlie Childress a lap down, though, so Otto's going to have a little bit of work to do. Childress got some damage in that early incident, and judging by the front end of that machine, looks to be that they're not going to be able to take 100% care of on the pit lane.
maybe.
Collins started to close in once again here after 31 laps complete. 32 is the lap we're on. Past 10% of the way of this race. Johnny Williams back in the pits along with CJ Papa in the 13. Had Teasley put it up on the hauler after that contact along with Wes Fuller, the 35.
Yeah, it's still bad for those guys that had to end their night early here on the racetrack, and well, hopefully they'll be back next week and they'll have a better run.
Here's what happened to Fuller and Papa. Huge contact to the inside wall twice for the 13. Drops it off of the race. He's trying to drive it back to the pits. Top Wes Fuller was around in turn 3. Side. Don't get me wrong. Normally, this, I'm 100%. This would be a caution in NASCAR, especially after the impact. But kind of where we're at this. Another look here. Wes gets loose coming up off of turn 2. Max the outside wall. Nowhere for Papa to go. New driver in second place. That's Brock Whitehead. get around Peyton Holland, teammates. Starting to little distance between each other.
Distance is a good thing. Not in racing, though.
Depends on who you are. If you're leading this race, you want as much distance as you can, and it looked like Brock Whitehead cutting a little bit of distance out of the lead. Greg Wood, he's going to put another 10th in it.
I think Craig Wood driving away from the field slowly but surely.
Alan, we talked a little bit about it pre-race. But clean air is going to be important at a track like this, in a car like this. How important is it going to be to get that clean air throughout the course of these flag runs? Pit stops coming. Perhaps.
Oh yeah,
towards
definitely.
15, but
Clean air is super important here. So is track position. As we get ready to transfer from day to night, we're in the twilight of the day here. On lap number 38, we're getting ready to go under the lights. I mean, just the psyche that you have to race in the race this long.
But Jackson fighting to stay in the top 10. Trying to keep Matt Davies within earshot, I guess. See him right in front of that pack. Fighting with Christian Rose up on the outside. Ryan White, Caleb Collins, those are all going to be drivers tough to pass. Dalton McKinney as well.
Well, Noah
Put his
Jackson.
pedal to the metal and get every inch he can.
Noah Jackson trying to get
Rose
back.
going to get up into the wall. Just barely tags it. Going to get himself a run coming up off of the corner, but Jackson on the inside able to kind of utilize that shorter distance. Almost some contact getting into turn one. Noah wants this spot. He really wants to get down to that. Get up to, rather, that 32 of Matt Davies and make a race out of this.
And pit stops are also starting to come into play here too. So we're going to see, I got the feeling we're going to see green flag pit stops here just about shortly. Because they're thinking about when they need to come in.
Excellent looking to the outside of that 14. And Alan, you are absolutely... Hey, some of these drivers... Ooh, somebody's coming time. Some of these drivers did come in to make a pit stop on that initial caution. Who took 4 tires, who took 2. I think Tom Bourne had to take 4. Comes Dalton McKinney in the 46. To get down to pit speed, but he's first of our lead lap drivers to come in and make a pit stop. Lap 40... 260. Did come in on that first caution or even the second one. What are the odds, you know? How likely is it that you are going to need that tire set later?
Yeah, working lap 44, Noah Jackson still in that 8th position with Tom Bourne and Christian Rose back there in that 9th and 10th spot respectively. And Liam, it's going to be a matter of time whenever the leaders pull that proverbial parachute and bring those cars down pit road and get 4 fresh Dr. Feelgoods and a tank of Go Fast.
Time is coming shortly here as Greg Wood Jr. has pulled out to a 0.1 second for Brock Whitehead.
There's the
Maybe
eyeball time.
overcut or undercut's going to fall into. Ray Whitehead trying to get around Peyton Holland. Matt Davies behind. Holland's trying to put his name into the hat.
Yeah, he would.
Actually, finally able to get around Chris. Tom Bourne able to follow him through. Bourne is up 16 spots where he started. Gonna put him as our biggest gainer of the day. Matt Date up 8. Ryan White also up 8. Adam Stewart up 7. Here's a little battle side by side.
Caleb Collins is coming in.
Collins comes in to make the pit stop as Trey Whitehead tried to get down to the inside of Peyton Holland. Now Matt Davies down to inside to try to take away 4th position. He's got a little bit of a nose ahead coming through the corner, but the outside is going to prevail for now. 23 of Trey Whitehead going to be able to get cleared. Here comes Davies down to the inside. Big move, power move down to the bottom. Davies going to take over the 4th position. All right, so here's my math. These guys can go 50 laps. It's 5 pit stops, plus 10 laps at the end. Go 52.
Okay.
5 pit stops makes it 7 sets of tires in the pits, leave extras for, cautions. So if you used a tire set at first cautioner, you're going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball, but you're not out of it. We're going to have 1 set of tires to play with. However, you got to hope the race plays out exactly the way that you need it to. And have a lot of versatility. As Hopka comes up out of the pit lane. Tires from him. Lovely weather we have right now. 68 degrees, 77 degree track temp. And a medium on the humidity level. The virtual fans. Enjoying a phenomenal night. They're enjoying a phenomenal night.
And the virtual fans are enjoying the virtual sunset.
I mean, this is kind of perfect track conditions for pitting as the race leader, Greg Wood, comes into the pits. Hand it over to Brock Whitehead. Peyton Holland into 2nd now. Matt Davies up to 3rd. Yeah. 3.5 seconds between Brock Whitehead and Peyton Holland.
You said 50 laps for the fuel run?
I was thinking 45 to 50 roughly.
Well, I think Brock Whitehead might know something that you don't because it's lap 52. And, we got some guys trickling down pit road, so providing a caution comes out, we're going to see these guys trickle on down.
Alan, we spent the first 10 laps.
That's true.
I had to be blunt. I love you, buddy. I was just like, do I say it? We got problems. Got blind spot around down the back straightaway. Hey, Green. Lozano coming into the pits. Hoping for a blazing fast lap time. He still wants to keep himself in contention for this free pass. We'll see if the 15 comes in. No, he's going to stay out. Matt Davies, however, comes in. 31. Race lead comes in. Peyton Holland stays out. Ryan White stays out. Tom Bourne, Christian Rose stay out. Whitehead, Trey, and Brock. Matt Davies and Noah Jackson all coming in this time.
We're 53 laps in the history books here. We're going to put a 54th lap in. So here we are, and Peyton Holland doing Peyton Holland things.
That's not a Peyton Holland thing. That's a connection issue. That's something we'd like to see. Christian Rose coming in behind him. Ryan White and Tom Bourne going to stay out. The longer that these guys stay out, the less time they'll. They're just banking it, banking laps. Why did we stay green? Oh, Lord.
There's 6 cars on the lead lap so far.
Charlie Childress up the racetrack.
Oh,
Barely get out of the way.
it's almost like a move of desperation.
Out. Greg Wood Jr. effectively 4 seconds on Brock Whitehead. That should come out to be the race lead. Top 5 come into pit. All of these guys who are staying out, he came in on that second caution on lap 6. Be able to go a couple laps further. Comes Tom Bourne from second place. Guys, also, most of them took fuel only. Knowing it was an opportunity to kind of top off, push a bit further than the rest. Adam Stewart, second place. Side by side here, Hubka and Noah Jackson. It is 7 laps later than Hubka, so that undercut working in Noah's favor. And speaking of, he's got right up to Matt Davies. Battle for the win is important, but these guys have something else to race for. Getting each other bumper to bumper on track. Just around the quarter-way mark of this race, about 4 laps away.
Well, I will say this, Liam. This race and these paint schemes have got me all, ready for Memorial Day weekend. But on May 16th, you're putting on a little something.
Oh. The Old Glory 500. I have an updated logo for it, but Saturday, the 8th of May, 2026, fastest 33 drivers will start 500-mile event at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with Indy cars. Fixed setup race, the $5. Really anybody who have to race your way in, though, so make sure you get yourself some practice. Got $100 to the winner. Second place gets 50. Third place gets 5 in. Don't have an updated logo just yet, but brand new announced. Guys get side by side here on the racetrack. We'll give that a moment. Side by side battle here for $100. Long way to go in this race. Still 200 laps, but track position is as important as ever. Is Noah Jackson able to make that pass? Gets himself in to 6th place. Guys are going to find themselves racing each other real hard later. I think Matt Davies said, now is not quite the time to put everything on the line, show you everything I've got. Anyways, yeah, so top winner gets 100, second gets 50, third place gets 25, and brand new being announced here tonight. I have a $50 bonus to the leader at halfway and a $50 bonus for the hard charger of the race, courtesy of World Gaming. Give their links shortly here as all of these events come together. You guys want to race? Have the sign up link. You guys want to sponsor? Also, and want to watch on Sim Racing? Yeah. But Jackson able to get a little bit of a gap now on Matt Davies. Up to the front, Greg Wood Jr. has 3.3 seconds of flat pressure tires for Brock Whitehead. Could give him an advantage. This auto. First driver, 1 lap down. Nope, sorry, Jeff Kleinsma is. just behind the race leader, Chris Otto, trying to chase him down so he can be in the free pass position if we do see a caution flag come out. 2 of them so far, both within the first 10 laps. Ever since lap 465 as Greg Wood crosses the stripe. A lot of guys kind of lined up here, Alan. They're taking different lines, but it doesn't really seem like they're able to in and get themselves side by side.
Yeah, definitely. See, like he said, no tails. No one's really making any moves out there.
Say that. Here comes Ryan White to the outside of Noah Jackson. It is a pass for position. This is going to be 6th place. Guys, just behind Trey Whitehead. Ryan White came in on lap 58. Remember, he was one of those drivers that pitted lap number 6. Able to push it a little bit further on fuel. Stay out longer, get the fresher tires. Definitely fastest car out on the racetrack right now. Collins. I don't know how, but last time around he put a lap down that was 10th. Within 1/10 of Ryan White. His last pit lap was 46. Pit stop stats here. Top 50. 16 laps on his tires. White had 24 for McKinney. Collins has 20. Ryan White only. On board only 9. Guys to try to work their way through the field. Expect them to be quick.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, look, on 4 tires, like you said at the top of the show, on 4 tires, Liam, you are Superman. Until they go away.
Oh, and speaking of going away, sideways.
Oh, no!
Ray Whitehead around down the back straightaway. Off of the racing surface, we stay green. Tough break there for the 23, who was racing in the top 10 at the time of the spin. Let's see what happened. Up out of the apron, it got him sideways. Job to lock it down and not bring out that caution. Ton of time on the 25 seconds behind the lead. Greg Wood, the race leader, by the way, extending his lead on Brock White. Whitehead dealing with a little bit of lap traffic right now. Chris Otto just got around him. It find his way back onto the lead lap.
I mean, look, if you're Trey Whitehead, I'd rather lose positions than have a wrecked race car.
Take a look at the fastest drivers. Fast. Ryan White, precious. There's he's. Chris Otto, 19th position, just behind your race leader. There's nobody in between them. Caution comes out now. He's of course going to get the What's Clothing Lucky Dog Award, but he's running quicker lap times than your race leader. He could get himself around the hard way and get his lap back the hard way. That way, if a caution comes out, he can pit with the lead lap cars. Doesn't have to start at the tail end. I mean, there's a lot on the line for track position if you can get around the leader and take your lap back the hard way.
Greg Wood Jr. spin. Greg Wood Jr. all day, all the time. Brock Whitehead running second position to him right now on the racetrack, and just not. I mean, these guys are single file. They're doing what they need to do. They're logging laps.
Some of them are. Ryan White, on the other hand, he's trying to make every pass that he can. You see 40 of Charles Whitehead getting on the apron, just a touch there. Got to get a run coming up off of turn number 4. Meanwhile, Noah Jackson found Cameron Coster. Got supervisors at my work, both named Caleb and Cameron, A names. I get them all the time, even. Ryan White able to get around Caleb Collins. Oh.
We're almost to the century point here. Lap 76 of 260 to be ran.
Ryan White moves himself up into third. Now if he's getting a little bit fresher air, if he's able to put down laps quicker than your race leader, Dalton McKinney not letting him go quite so easily, but not going to have much of a choice. Goes back in line. Come around Ryan White just a hair quicker, but quicker than your race leader.
Right now the sun's almost completely down. We're almost completely dark here at Charlotte. Greg Wood Jr. continues to, well, lead this piece with almost a 4-second lead.
A couple of them got up into the wall there coming up off of turn 4. 2, rather. Otto placed Brock Whitehead trying to follow him now, starting to close back in on the 88 machine. I gotta wonder, if you are the 88, how important is it to find you? Got 2 different races going on. You've obviously got to catch up now to Bill Hagan, this number 3 car who got put a lap down. Shown in the 92 Tower machine.
Look here. I mean, right now we're watching 2 races. I mean, this is unheard of right now to have lap cars. On here on lap 80, we have the 2 quick cautions. I mean, you're playing both sides of the ball at this point. We knew coming in here, and especially, after last week, Greg Wood Jr. right now, up there to lead, he's playing the long game. He's playing long ball right now.
The long game is about the only game you can play at this point. We've seen 1 green flag pit stop already, 2 quick cautions to start this race. Little race, a recap so far on lap 81, coming to 82. Greg Wood Jr. holds on to the and 2 cautions for 6 laps, both in the first 10 laps of the 5 lead changes have happened on the track. Greg Wood Jr. led most laps. 60 Holland comes in.
I mean, Greg Wood Jr. could lead all the laps he wants, but what's it going to come down to is leading that most important lap at the end of this.
Holland's trying to close in on McKinney.
Yeah, lap 84, there's a 4 car of Adam Stewart. Once again, Greg Wood Jr. still leading this piece with the most laps led with 66 laps. He's still rocking the lead up there. We are almost to that century mark here. Lap 85. 84 laps in the history books.
Walter McKinney really trying at 72 behind him. I do apologize, folks. It's minuses. Rolling here, coming up through turns 1 and 2. Caleb Collins, Dalton McKinney.
I was gonna say, Liam, the only other thing running faster than these race cars is your nose right now.
Not even that it's running, it's logging. Anyways, we've got some good racing here with Brett Bullard. Ray Whitehead making a move around the side here. They're going to try to get him back. Remember the 23 spun out coming up off of turn number 2, so his tires are not going to be ideal. Comes to 12, looking down to the inside once again. Up off of turn number 4, not much he can do. He's
It's okay. You know, here we are, Caleb Collins handling it out with Ryan White. Caleb Collins in the 72 car, Ryan White in the 34.
Collins able to get around that 46. Closing in a little bit on White. White putting down laps pretty equal to what the lead are, though. A little bit detrimental to his long game. Hoping that staying out extra laps was going to give him some more tire at the end of this run. Right now, he's touching time to your race lead. Really looking like Greg Wood Jr. is having a strong run.
Yeah, I mean,
pay we've got from J2 by 32. Getting up to 9th place. Down Tom Bourne. Running up in the top 5 earlier. That pit stop. Back, able to recover. Coming in. Well, before the rest of the field comes in to make their green flag stops, which should be in a couple laps. Through the field, Greg Wood Jr. got out front early. Led ever since then, minus his stop. Phenomenal run here for the 7, looking to go back to back. EOL race wrap guy comes through. Brock Whitehead, similar story. Started up in the front, has stayed up in the front, got up to the lead. Pit stop started to happen. Get himself back up in the second. Got Ryan White in about 2.5 seconds. Starting to close back in. Ryan White's a different story, starting outside of the top 15. Got through a couple of those early wrecks, found himself in the front, made himself a little stop to top it off, to go back to about where he started. Methodically worked his way through. Now up in 3rd place. 7 seconds off of the race. Caleb Collins running 4. Started in 11th place. Right up in this top 5, top 10 range. 4. Good on his first flag pit stop. He won a second. Now to got your top 5. Noah Jackson started this race on the pole, elected the outside. Little bit of contact with him and Thad Teasley. Put him up into the wall and to the back of the field in the first caution of the race. Make a recovery, then a 4-tire pit stop. Did everything he needed to maintain position. He was able to get one significant one at Davies. Behind him, Caleb Collins comes into the pits, but right behind Noah Jackson is Matt Davies, the driver. He's racing for $100. Tournament sponsored by W. Wraps. Guys have gotten a lot closer since the last time we looked at them. It was over a second and a half. Now it's about 0.6 of a second. Matt Davies started he started third side of the top 15, able to get up into the top 10 after those first two cautions, and has not left minus it stops either way coming our way, so head and get back to that. Greg Wood Jr. race lead. He's got Adam Stewart outside. Stewart on slightly fresher tires, as side by side is only going to help the drivers behind away from that very significant 5-second gap.
And there you see it. There's that gap right there. Greg Wood Jr. And there's a distant second, 5 seconds actually.
Tell who it was, but we just heard somebody on the radio come on. Got some damage up in these couple of quick yellows, and I can't get a yellow to save my life to fix the damage. No, that's kind of the story of these long, got almost 400 miles. EJ Knights, P90, 67 coming in this time from the race lead.
Yeah, gonna give up the race lead there. You come down pit road, and that's gonna let Brock Whitehead go ahead and take that race lead over now.
Misato also into the pits. Remember, he's been closing in on that race leader, trying to get his lap back the hard way. Brock Whitehead coming into... No, it looked like he was slowing down. He faked me out. But Jackson coming in. Whitehead, White, Davies, Holland, and Bourne in your top 5. Christian Rose stays out. Trey Whitehead coming up off of the corner. Brett Bullard as well as Adams. Like the race leader going to come in to the pits. Ryan White, second place. We'll see if he comes in to follow. Peyton Holland in third. Got some fans in the chat. We appreciate everybody who's tuning in here live on Sim Race Media. Blessed to have you with us. Just noticed that was pay, not pay. Thought that team was an exclamation. Hey, doing pretty good here. Take over second place if he stays out. And Ryan White leads lap number 100. We've got 100 laps complete. 160 to go. Laps away from the half. And in to get his service. Right up on the aprons, on the racetrack this time around. Peyton Holland midway up the racetrack. Doesn't look like he's gonna make that stop this time around either.
Nope.
I do assume Ryan White, Tom Boren, those guys, they're trying to replicate their strategy. Stay out a little bit longer before, stay out a little bit longer again. Try to utilize those tires at the end of the run. If it does become about fuel mileage, if you don't see another yellow flag, you guys will have an advantage.
I mean, you got Ryan White up there in the lead. Christian Rose, you know, they only got 7 cars right now on the lead lap. Greg Wood Jr., you know, some of these guys that are, you know, 2, 3, 4 laps down, they're begging for a caution right now.
Yeah, you know they're going to be begging for that yellow flag, and I know another guy that's probably Chris Auto Machine.
Yeah, absolutely here. As we are now 103 laps in to the history books we go. Ryan White continues leading, and you know, I think one driver in this field tonight plays the strategy a lot, really well too, and this might play into his hand. That's Ryan White in that number 34 car, Peyton Holland coming into pit road.
Even this 34 is when he's going to elect pit looks like fading low. Here's Greg Wood Jr. into his inside, so if he was gonna pit there, he wasn't able to.
I imagine he's going to be thinking about it pretty soon.
Haley wants to kind of pad the numbers, how many laps between the tires he can get. Maybe try to drive it a little bit different, but keep those tires till the end of the run. Stay consistently quicker. Matter of time, or matter of how much time gained. Greg Wood Jr. just unlapped himself. 9 seconds behind the race.
I mean, 29 seconds really isn't that significant on the racetrack. I mean, it is, but I mean, 29 seconds in your passenger car, that is like really close.
Well, I guess, Alan, what I'm trying to say is that you run 29-second laps and pit lane time, you're running about 42. If you can get a good tire pit stop, you get out in. 29 seconds back is roughly equate to 11 seconds other side of the. That is significant.
You're not wrong.
Ryan White. We're going to follow him in. Far behind. Michael Greg Wood Jr. back out to the ring. Lap on the 31 looks like. Lap different tires. Coming out of the pits, he's significant time, over 12 seconds back at this point.
You know, Greg Wood Jr. says, "Do you want to leave? Come pry from my cold dead hands."
What he intends to make anybody who wants it do. Gonna have to. Oh, trouble on the racetrack! Adam Stewart is around on the front straightaway. This auto jumped to the pits for something just before that. About to say he was going to get that Welts Lucky Dog Award. That's going to go at Bullard. Brett Bullard, your Lucky Dog Award winner. Oh, he's getting the double box here. Moment. We are under muffler man caution. Third time day. Take a look. Oh no. Get on pit exit on the racetrack. Oh no.
Oh no.
comes in. Brock Whitehead, Dalton McKinney. A lot of these guys just came in. I guess 8 to 6 laps ago. Likely just topping off on fuel to go a little bit further. 5 laps now from now. Out 1-7. Not going to cut you a stop.
No, absolutely not. As we got wholesale pit stops all the way here.
Jackson into second now. Started the road cut. Tires. So lonely. Brock Whitehead, Dalton McKinney, a lot of these guys took 4 tires. On board only. Holland getting some damage fixed. Alert after getting fast. Collins get his thing fixed. Get ready to rock and rumble once again here on lap 130 out of 2. Got 14 drivers on the lead lap. Greg Wood Jr. gonna start in the lead. He's gonna Noah Jackson inside. Ryan White might have gotten the break of the century with pit timing. Now he's gonna have about 10 lap fresher tires than the drivers in front of him. On Whitehead also up in this lead group. Field closing back in. A lot of guys try to get some damage fixed from the early incidents. Not being able to get a caution to get that damage looked at really cost some laps. Most. Are getting ready to make that hard left turn. Noah Jackson get a restart on the inside. Greg Wood. Waving it off. Guys are quite action there. Alva and Matt. Gonna give it another lap here, Alan.
Sounds like a plan.
Fuller taking. Stuff fixed. Okay. Maybe even just top it off one more time.
Yeah, exactly here. And here we are on lap 113 of 260. Lights are out, but not on, the lights are out on that pace car. We are under the lights and in prime time.
Or you can lights on all over the racetrack. Bright lights on that pace car.
They got halogen headlights.
You're grabbing at him. Going green this time. Getting ready to make a hard left turn. The entire field here ready to rock and roll. 4 cars on track. 14 of them on the lead lap. Green flag back in the air.
We're back to Green Flag Racing. Greg Wood Jr. out to the early lead. We are 2 by 2. Goodyear to Goodyear. The rest of the field, though.
Contact to the wall coming up off of turn 2. Contact down the back straightaway. Around goes Grijalva. Get it down to the bottom. More contact up to the top.
Another muffler man.
Caleb Collins. Muffler man caution back out. Happened. Some contact.
Definitely had some help from his friends.
Oh, that's not. I don't know if Grijalva got loose, but he came back up the track and came back down, and Collins had nowhere to go. There did, I believe. That's Linesma.
Yep.
Caution out for the 4th time here today. Greg Wood leads over Noah Jackson, Gross, and Ryan Whiteworth. Brock Whitehead get a place. Whitehead. Our Lucky Dog Award. Sponsored by wealthsclothing.com. Drivers will be on the lead lap. Take the green flag. iRacing's done a pretty good job of shortening up these yellow flags and providing us with quicker access to the racing action. Doubling up. It'd not be in Ireland, Alan, but still be done.
I like what you did there. I like what you did there. I get behind it.
But when we take the green flag, we'll be 12 laps away from halfway. 142 laps to go. Race that's kind of flown by so far. Only 4 cautions. Approach the halfway. 100 miles. I mean, pretty impressive.
Exactly. These guys are doing such a phenomenal job all night long. And guess who's back up from front? Race started Noah Jackson and Greg Wood Jr.
So that 67, he's going to enjoy his run up on the top. Noah Jackson. Much as he's racing for this win, another win for him is to front this guy, Matt Davies. $100 for WHD Speed Wraps. Finish in front of him. He wants to win this race, though. Green flag in the air. Great restart there from the inside. Noah Jackson, but the outside lane. Phenomenal. Gotta move that. Milwaukee green flag is back in the air.
And here we are, lap 119, 118 laps in the history books. And they are slicing and dicing all over this racetrack.
Tom Bourne getting right up next to the wall. Might have tagged it a little bit. Might have tagged it again. Here comes Peyton Holland up to the outside as Christian Rose trying to defend that move. Ryan White able to get up into third place. Remember, he's got significantly fresher tires. Try to close in on these guys, but he doesn't want to overdo it or do everything all at once. He's got a half a second to gain. Two cars punching a big hole in the air. Tom Bourne trying to follow him through on a very similar tire strategy. Tom might have come in and taken 2 tires that last one. Not at 10 seconds in the pit lane. Holland able to get around Rose to get up into the top 5. Brock Whitehead can kind of follow him through. He took 4 tires out of this last caution. Trying to work way back up to the front. Second significant amount of time in this race. Up to the outside of Christian Rose, trying to get himself a nice run coming up off of turn number 4. Doesn't work. Matt Davies actually able to close in coming up off of turn number 4. He's trying to find his way up to where Noah Jackson is. Second place. Wants to win this race as well. And get in front of Noah Jackson. He can find himself $100 richer.
You're not gonna win it in the halfway point, I'll tell you that.
You are going to win $50 halfway point. $3,500.
Yes, you will.
And down to the bottom of Wood. Almost able to get the nose there, but not quite enough. And Greg Wood holds on. Be able to get a bit more gap down this back straightaway. Going to try to set him up once again as Ryan White closing in. Tom Bourne not letting anything get too far away, and Peyton Holland remains in the midst of things as well. At 120 out of 260. Caleb Collins had some damage. Got fixed.
Yes, quite a few drivers have had their fun meters pegged out for the night.
Comes Ryan White down to the inside for second, Allen.
I like that move. Here comes Ryan White there. Goodyear to Goodyear in the turn 1-2 complex. And that's going to allow Tom Bourne and Peyton Holland to catch up and make this a 4-horse battle for second place.
Could be in side by side. That's going to punch a big hole. Ryan White trying to clear himself. He's going to be able to. White goes into second. Bourne might have clipped the wall just a hair there coming up off of turn number 4. What Ryan White can do on these fresher tires. 11 lap difference. Most of those flag laps, if not all of them. Holland looking down to the inside. Post moves to his outside now coming up off of turn number 4. Ronnie's going to get coming up off of turn number 2. He gets right up to the outside of the 18, leaving him no choice but to lift. Brock Whitehead going to try to take advantage of his teammate having a little bit of trouble. Peyton Holland looking back to the outside, trying to take advantage of the momentum. Get by running that wider line, keeping this in it. The momentum up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, they're all but single file out. Here comes Peyton Holland working the outside there. They're on lap 128.
Take a look here at what in the stands. Might be more of the condo looked.
I like the condos.
Get there one.
Someday.
Move there by Brock Whitehead, touches the apron. Here comes Rose up to his outside. Rose right next to the wall. Davies going to get a big run coming up off of turn number 2. Looks to the inside of the 14. He's going to push him up the racetrack. Meanwhile, the 23 of Trey Whitehead tries to get down to the bottom of the racetrack. The guy who's been quick here. He's been up in the front, trying to work his way back up after a spin that did not bring out a caution. In the 9th position, he's got Davies just in front of him. Guys, Toyota teammates trying to work their way past this Chevy up on the top side. Rose, I'll try to utilize that Chevy horsepower that we've seen be so strong so many times before.
Yeah, here we go. Matt Davies and Whitehead Racing number 32. They're almost side by side, jockeying for position.
Just went up there and took that position. Davies did, and now here comes Whitehead trying to follow him through. He looks down to the inside of Rose. Almost has enough. Can't quite get next to him coming up off of the corner. Peyton Holland and Tom Bourne getting real close here coming up off of turn number 4. Up the racetrack goes Tom Bourne. Can Peyton Holland get a nose down there? Not quite. Brock Whitehead going to close in on this duo. He looks up to the outside. Peyton moves up to block. They get close to the wall. That's a really sketchy spot to turn right, Alan.
And they are loving, touching, and squeezing here all
over
the racetrack.
Into the wall goes Peyton. Around goes Whitehead. Davies gets a piece of it. Trey Whitehead gets a piece as well. The caution is out. Oh, and around goes the 40 of Charles Whitehead trying to check up.
Oh, no.
Goodness gracious me.
I believe some Christmas cards. Let's just got a little bit shorter.
Big contact here. And look at that left rear on Peyton Holland.
That left rear is not even moving.
Crab walking. More than crab walking. He dragging. Back of this thing. If I've ever seen a car that needs a wheelchair, this is.
Okay.
Get back to the pit lane. It'll take a while, but if he doesn't have much engine damage, it can lap times down. Take a look to see what happened here. Whitehead slips up to Peyton. It's a piece. Not gonna lie, Alan. That was where those Whitehead racing cars up in the accident. Brett Bullard.
Not the way.
He's out.
Not the way that they wanted to, continue on with this race.
Bullard last came in at 113. And this time around, as Greg Wood won the race off the road, Ryan White behind him. Bourne. But Jackson's up. Rose, Java, Zach Woods up into the top 10. Bump didn't come in this time, Alan. Take this one.
Okay. Well, Brett Bullard gonna
and what that does, it prevents Adam Stewart the wave around.
It does.
Gotta look at who got the Lucky Dog Award there. Not sure.
I don't think so. Maybe the driver that was in position for the lucky dog and made contact.
Well, we're gonna take another lap around. Lap 135 out of 100. All these lap guys are ready to rock and roll. Lap down guys are as well, just not just a lap camera. Davies coming in to get some more looked at. Tires this time.
Yeah, he probably thought better of not, Yeah.
Well, let's see what we've got this time around with Brett Bullard. Front of this field for the first time today. He's out. They're going to restart up on the outside. This time not necessarily by. Bullard, Wood, Jackson, White, Tom Bourne, Delta McKinney, Charles Whitehead. Rounding out your top 10. That's also it for our double file drivers. Almost everybody else lined up single file. Brett Bullard trying to get a little bit of stuff cleaned off of his tires. Make something happen. Hold on to some sort of position here. Just testing out, Hard left turn.
And here we go. Do-si-do.
Back in the air. Sponsored by Milwaukee Tools.
Oh, we're going to stay clean and green through the first corner here as Greg Wood Jr. and Brett Bullard are side-by-side, Goodyear to Goodyear, down the back straightaway.
Gosser got up into the wall. Noah Jackson with a big run coming down the back straightaway. He's going to take over second, get right to the rear bumper of the race leader. Meanwhile, Ryan White moves up to the top side. Tom Bourne moves down to the bottom, getting behind that 12 of Bullard. Thinks better of it, trying to move to the middle 3 wide, nowhere to go. But get behind that 12, trying to push him forward. Get him off of the bottom side, potentially. Nowhere for the 16 to go. Here comes Ryan White up on the outside. Tom Bourne moves up to try to follow. Christian Rose going to get in line behind him, along with the 22 of Grijalva, 46 of McKinney. Subka also getting up and trying to get his hands dirty in this pack. Back on the lead lap. Spent some time a lap down through those pit strategies. Get himself back up into the top 10 fight. Fastest lap of the race was just set by Noah Jackson.
Oh. Run, Greg, run. Live and in prime time here tonight. Greg Wood Jr., Noah Jackson, neck and neck. Noah Jackson all over the back bumper of that 67 car. Are you kidding me? And if this battle heats up, Ryan White and Tom Bourne are going to be in that mix.
Well, it's possible. These guys are driving away to the tune of half a second. Come out of turn number 4 right now. Still driving away. Guys are at another level racing each other, and the question is going to be, does this hurt their tires? in the long run, as here comes the 87 looking down to the inside. Trying to hug that apron. They're side by side coming up off of turn number 2. Wood has to check up. Little bit of contact down the back straightaway. Door banging at 180 miles an hour. Gonna do it again, getting into turn 3. Noah Jackson trying to hug that apron. Touches the paint. It's almost like there's a little extra grip down there, but Greg Wood able to stay strong up on the outside. More contact down the front straightaway. More contact into turn number 1. Greg Wood gets a bad entry right up next to the wall, but he's going to keep his foot in it. Noah Jackson going to keep his foot in it as well. Wood gets up into the wall just a little bit, and Noah Jackson takes over the race lead. Don't expect the 67 to back down that easily. Gets up out of the apron just a little bit. The 87 slides up the racetrack coming up off of turn number 4. I don't think he had to check up to keep it off of the wall, but damn close. Getting it right there coming up off of the corner.
Yeah, definitely. What a battle. And meanwhile, while these guys are battling up, guess who actually has caught up to these two? That's right, the number 34 for Ryan White and Tom Bourne. Old TB back there in 4th position. He's looking to vie for a podium spot, but here comes Ryan White. He's slowly catching that 67 car.
Greg Wood Jr. hasn't spent a whole heck of a lot of time in dirty air. And might feel like he got muscled out of that one, but no, he's just gonna have to put his head back down and fight. Try to take back that race lead. Just over 150 laps to go.
Yeah, here on the longest night of the season so far. And, you know, Noah Jackson, we say it week in and week out. When he takes the lead, he's just so dangerous.
Really is. He knows how to work that clean for Greg Wood. Trying to keep it close here. Getting some good runs, but he's just not quite able to get close enough. Make a run. He's close here getting into turn 3. Can he try to knock that off of the bottom? Up the racetrack goes Noah Jackson. Into the wall goes the 87. Up to the top. Greg Wood side by side for the race lead once again. Getting into turn number 1. Not quite contact that time, but a big side draft here out of the 67, and he is much better prepared for it. Noah gets loose down on the bottom, slides up the racetrack. These guys dead even down the back.
Liam, I think these guys did this just for you here, as they are door to door, Goodyear to Goodyear. Give the advantage to the 87 car of Noah Jackson. They're going to touch.
They touched. Greg got the wall just a touch. That was the Denny Hamlin move, but that's how you survive it. Greg Wood Jr. showing phenomenal pace up on the top side of the racetrack, showing phenomenal grit by keeping his foot in it. They're going to do it again coming up off of turn number 2. That is as close as you can get. Noah Jackson going to fall back in line behind Greg Wood. He knows that was a hard-fought battle lost. I have to try to come back for another one.
Yeah, you know, Noah Jackson going to let those tires cool down just a little bit, regroup, and take another run at it. Meanwhile, back behind all this, you got another battle heating up here with Ryan White and Tom Bourne.
Tom Bourne try to close in. Made stuff there for the lead, and now Noah Jackson falling into the clutches of both Ryan White and Tom Bourne. Here comes White down to the inside. Tom Bourne going to try to take advantage of this big hole being punched in the air, get as much draft as he can, go with the quicker car. One on the bottom, and he's going to follow him right through. Noah Jackson falls to 4th. He's going to try to keep his foot in it. Oh, man! I think Tom Bourne got tight behind the 34 there, and I know that he was trying to slide the 87, but there wasn't a sheet of paper between them. They would have wrecked.
Well, I can tell you right now, I think Noah Jackson has cooked his tires because he is falling all the way back to the 4th position.
Well, Greg Wood Jr., the other driver involved in that battle, still holding on to the race lead, holding on to the clean air. No lap traffic in front of him, and he's got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Oh, he's got to be feeling like he's on top of the world. Which, you know, he is leading this piece with a 0.60 seconds advantage over Ryan White.
White here, second place. Trying to do what he can to close down. It seems like turns 1 and 2 really working in his favor, but 3 and 4 a little bit better.
And Greg Wood Jr. just gets a better exit on 3 and 4 than Ryan White. Now he's got some decisions to make.
I think White's got the better exit. Wood by far has the better entry. White sent it down to the bottom, taking that run that he gets coming up off of turn 4 and trying to hold on to it. Side by side here for third place. Noah Jackson, Tom Bourne, Christian Rose, and here comes Trey Whitehead. He is back up into the top 10, trying to get up into the top 5 as they are side by side in front of him. He goes side by side with Christian Rose, goes all the way down to the bottom. And that shortest lane around and getting a little tow from Tom Bourne, trying to figure out which car is going to be the faster one. Turns 1 and 2. So far, it's showing to be Tom Bourne. Either way, that 23 is clear of the 14.
And that's what I call a 1-for-1 special.
What's so special about a 1-for-1?
I don't know. I just thought of it.
Well, there's another 1-for-1 as Trey Whitehead gets around Tom Bourne. Trying to chase down Noah Jackson for the 3rd position. Just about 2 seconds off of the race lead. Greg Wood Jr., who's got 3/4 second over Ryan White. Those guys have driven away. Noah Jackson now trying to drive away from Whitehead. Tom Bourne, Christian Rose, and Joseph Grialva found himself at the tail end here. Usually got some fans from El Paso rooting him on, but we haven't seen here yet today. Hope that the family's doing well down there. Always love seeing them up in chat. Trey Whitehead down to the inside, trying to take away the 3rd position. Not quite close enough there, but he was really showing his hand. Now he goes back down to the bottom. Jackson tries to pinch him down there. Off a nice run coming up off of the corner, does Jackson. Able to hold on to this position at the line. Not the important one. The important one is 104 laps away.
The other important one is only less than 10 cautions tonight.
Been pretty awesome. Been incredibly clean all night. Rocky start for sure, but that happens.
Yeah.
So I'm hosting a race next month, and not gonna lie, Alan, I don't know what to expect out of the start. Probably gonna be disappointed, but part of it.
Okay. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Greg Wood Jr. almost out to a 1-second lead over at 34 car Ryan White. Noah Jackson hanging on the 4th position. So far, since that last battle with Noah Jackson and Greg Wood Jr., he has remained uncontested.
Really has. He's putting on a clinic all night here tonight, and Ryan White trying to close in, trying to change up his line, do different things, and just not able to close in on that 67 machine in front of him. 9/10 of a second, almost 1 second gap between first and second. Greg Wood Jr. out to just over 1 second lead as we have 100 laps to go. We're in Charlotte. Gonna go ahead and step side by side for just a few moments. Right back with some more incredible racing action here in the EOL Race Wrap Guy Cup Series.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Back live here at Charlotte, and haven't missed a thing side by side. Greg Wood continues to dominate this battle here side by side as well with Noah Jackson and Christian Rose. While Trey Whitehead in the 23 has gotten around Ryan White, takes second place.
You see it right here, Greg Wood Jr., Trey Whitehead in second position right now through 168 laps. Greg Wood Jr. has remained uncontested.
Approaching 90 laps to go, we're starting to get into the window where guys are starting to think, hey, I can make it. Get done one more stop. 540. Call it good. But obviously requires this whole way. It's entirely possible. Shall see. Long way to go, 90 laps. There you are, Joe. Get in the chat. in, and one up into the wall coming up off of the corner there. Yeah, here's Joseph rocking the top 5. 90 laps to go. Jackson has come into the pits. Brock Whitehead is.
I mean, we're nearing the end here, so these guys are going to get a lot more race here.
Might be a pit exit deal. Sideways grass. It's Greg Wood Jr. Last time around, Whitehead cut a 10th out of his lead. Alva trying to chase down Christian Rose. This battle for 4th place.
I like this battle here. 174 of 260. Jessica Grijalva 2. Well, Kleinsma Racing versus Grijalva Auto Sports.
Little bit of coming up off of turn number 4, but the toe in the way of Chris Rose as well as they catch up to the lap machine in front of them. Really try to work this machine up into the wake, gets a nice draft. Oh, Joseph gonna try to move to the top side of the 40. Looking at 3 wide, not able to get it done there. He's going to have to try to work his way around at Charles Whitehead in that 40 machine. Now he's got the 10 of Justin Hutchison looking to make that 3 wide. That's not for position. The 10 a lap down on fresher tires.
I like the move. And this is a battle for position.
Now the 10 able to get around Christian Rose, and then battle for position going to heat up once again.
Only 8 cars on the lead lap so far, and well, Zach Woods finally back on the lead lap, so.
Whitehead only 8 tenths behind the race lead. Been a couple hundredths quicker each time around, but I tell you what, Alan, catching is one thing, passing is another. You guys are going to have a little bit of trouble as they close in and get into that wake, and that give Greg Wood, anybody in the lead rather, that chance to aero block. A couple hundredths in race leader.
Yeah, working one, getting ready to cross the stripe for lap 180. 179 laps into history books. We are nearing the end of this one.
We are closing in. Ray Whitehead tries to close in. Ryan White here in 3rd place. He 4 seconds behind the race. Hutchison right up on his bumper is not going to help anything. His lapped car, much fresher tires, going to be able to get himself back in, try to take one of his laps back. Remember, you made that pit stop. Every second he gains on the racetrack, that's a second gain to the leader. Of it as the race leaders coming in this time. Here comes the 23 as well, following him. Oh, Greg Wood goes around!
Oh, no! Not Greg Wood.
Greg Wood goes around, trying to hit the brakes here, and he's going to get a penalty as well. He was risking speeding. He was trying to get in as quick as he could for the race lead. Risk not worth the reward. Going to have to serve a penalty and get damage repair. Ryan White takes over the race lead. Christian Rose in second. Joseph Grijalva, Matt Davies, and Zach Wood round out your top 5. Noah Jackson has already made a pit stop. Racing for the win, of course, but also try to stay in front of that 32 machine. Here comes a pit coming up. It was, ironically, the 32 machine. Alva going to come in this time. Your race leader, Ryan White. How long does he stay out? Going to have one more pit stop. Point on. No matter when you've made this stop. Came in at 167, 169. Trying to lean on one more stop. Leader. Close. Gonna be alright though. Christian Rose coming in. Joseph Alba already and Tom Bourne. Like he's take over the race lead, and the 14 is gonna get nabbed for speeding.
Oh, no.
Flag pit stops are tough. Any racetrack. 8 in the race on the longest night. Out of time, you want to get a pit penalty on him.
Yeah, that'll make your night go from bad to worse.
Tom Bourne in the race lead. Noah Jackson second. Ray Whitehead just behind here. Third. He's on much fresher tires, though. 12 laps fresher than what Noah Jackson has. Laps fresher than Tom Bourne.
That's 187, 186 laps in the history books. Tom Bourne continues to lead this race. Here comes Trey Whitehead trying to run him down along with Noah Jackson.
Saw him get around at 87. 1 second. Second right now. Get up 30 laps before the pit window opens. roughly 2 hours of race time. Or these guys have definitely had their work cut out for them. Done these long events. I've done a Coke 600. I know how tough it. Guys, but they are being taxed right now as they get ready to race side by side for the race lead. Bourne moves up. Down at the bottom of the racetrack goes Whitehead. Lines up just a little bit. Bourne can't quite pinch him down, and Whitehead going to be able to get the pass completed coming up off of turn 4. Tom Bourne tries to fall in line, tries to cross him over. Doesn't quite have enough momentum to make that happen. Trey Whitehead is your new Tom Bourne in second. Noah Jackson, third place.
I can only imagine how worn out these guys are starting to get in their iRacing rigs right now in the cockpit of these race cars.
Ray Whitehead leads over Tom Bourne, Noah Jackson, Dalton McKinney, Ryan White, and Brent Bullard. Ubka, Matt Davies, Joseph Grijalva, Zach Woods round out your top 10. The 10 drivers on the lead lap. Adam Stewart sits in 11th. Hope to get a caution flag so he can get that when 12th clothing.
I mean, the laps are winding down here. So as we're working lap 193.
Chris Hubka trying to chase down Brett Bullard. On fresher tires here, and then number 5, Bass Pro Shops machine. Hubka's on fresher tires. Be able to get around that 12, but haven't been watching Hubka. We're not sure. Racing hard. A battle behind him between Galba. Had to just been that and closing in. Now he moves up to the outside of Bullard. Bullard has to give him the space. And that the 5 came on the radio, said, I just hate that I can't pass them, and they're still side by side coming down the front straightaway. Brett Bullard trying to pull him back, get a nice send. Caution is out. Charlie Childress around down the back straightaway, and the 6th caution rather of the day is out here on lap 196. To see what happened here to the 24 coming up off of turn number 4. Oh, gets out of the apron and gets him sideways. Oh my goodness, that's a heavy hit. Up out of the racetrack, the caution's going to come out. Oh my goodness, Ryan White, Tom Bourne barely getting around. Adam Stewart gonna get the lucky dog. Sponsored welts.com. Try to figure out when to get. As the red field comes in, everybody knows there's going to be one more stop after this, but the fresh tires, if you got them, use them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Adam Stewart. I think that should put him
There
on
he
the
is.
lead.
Yep. Adam Stewart.
Adam Stewart's probably saying, finally.
Greg Wood Jr. has put it up on the holler. Called it a day.
Oh no.
After that contact.
He had the car to beat all night.
Yeah, I know he wanted to win it. Damage to overcome there. Ray Whitehead is going to take over the race lead. Allow numerous drivers hit or take the waiver out. Not just.
Did I invoke the announcer's curse? No. We don't want to, but...
Doubling up once again, getting ready for the green flag. 1 laps to go when we get it. Ray Whitehead is your Noah Jackson, Tom Bourne, Alton McKinney, Brett Bullard, top 5. Chris Kupka, Joseph Grijalva, Zach Woods, Ryan White, Matt Davies. Round. Got a long way to go if he wants to catch up to Noah Jackson and get W House Designs. Wow.
Speed reps.
Well, Trey Whitehead sponsoring tournament. He's coming to the race lead. Got to be pretty pleased with how this night has gone, but he still got 61 laps to get it done, and he's got Noah Jackson to the outside, Tom Bourne, Dalton McKinney. A lot of hard chargers here. Green flag back in the air. Sponsored by Milwaukee Tools.
I'm a DeWalt person.
Helen, you can't say sponsor. Etiquette. Side by side here. Side by side here. Tom Bourne dives it to the inside of Noah Jackson, but Noah stays strong up on the outside, trying to hold on. Right up next to the wall. Tom going to be able to his nose out in front for just a few moments. Can he make that big send getting into the corner? Turns 1 and 2. Gets right down to the bottom. Touches the apron. Noah trying to stay next to him. Keeps his nose up there. Noah gets right up next to the wall. Tom has to give him the space. Gets enough side draft to keep his nose there. But Tom, big send there into turns 3 and 4. Slides up the racetrack. Allow Noah Jackson to close back in. The bottom of the racetrack goes the 87 machine of Noah Jackson. Tom Bourne going to let him go through, but try to do the same thing Noah did that last time around. Keep his nose up there. He does more than just keep his nose up there, as both drivers close in on the race lead. Tom looking down to the inside, trying to take away the race lead, dives it into turns 3 and 4, slides up in front of that 23. Going to see if he can keep that crossover behind him. Not quite, as Trey Whitehead moves back down to the bottom. Nice run as he's going to drive it into turn number 1 on the bottom.
It is Slide Job City. Welcome to White Castle. We're throwing sliders here on lap 203. Ryan White
get up
gonna
into
go
the
all the way
wall.
down.
You see Ryan White down all the way on the bottom, and Tom Bourne, everything he's got and then some.
He's giving everything he got, then some, and then a little bit more.
Textbook definition of 110%.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you want a dictionary post with 110%, Noah Jackson's name is going to be right there next to it.
Racing side by side for the second position. Tom Bourne doesn't want to give it up.
No, he doesn't here. Lap 205, 204 laps in the history books. We're working our way to lap 260.
$55 laps to go here in Charlotte. Noah Jackson trying to close in on Trey Whitehead, your race leader. Now sitting just under half a second. Now Dalton McKinney puts his rear bumper all over Tom Bourne, trying to take third place away.
Yeah, Jacob Whitehead, Tom Bourne. He's backing out to Chris Hubka there in the Hubka Motorsports car. How about that recovery run?
Side by side here, coming up off of turn number 4. Brett Bullard made the decision to stay out earlier on old tires. Able to hold on to the lead for a lap, hold on to a little bit more as he's right up on the rear bumper of Joseph Grijalva, tightens up that car. But the 12 doing a pretty good job here, sitting in 8th place, 9 spots up from where he started. Bring it home in solid position as Tom Bourne here in 3rd place is starting to look like he's just holding some guys up.
They're definitely holding guys up and holding guys up in there. Trying not to be in the way here. But, I mean, there's really nowhere else for him to go.
Ryan White right up next to the wall. I don't know if he could have fit a paper, but his right rear and that same barrier. Trying to get around that 16 machine, but Tom's starting to find a little bit of pace here in the mid portion of the run.
You know, 51 laps to go.
Heading out side by side with Ryan White.
Now sense of urgency is going to get cranked up.
Similar looking paint schemes, but not teammates. I know we're used to seeing the 12 and 22 teammates on Sundays, but here on Wednesday nights, they are not. Here's Matt Davies trying to figure out the way to go. He's going to give a shove to the 12, move his way up to the top to try to follow Grijalva up to the top. Oh, man, they're getting close there. Little bit of pullback from the 12. Going to get right up on him. Oh, is he going to be close enough to keep him? Oh, my goodness. That's about as close as you can get without wrecking somebody. They're side by side here with Tom Bourne as well. Dalton McKinney trying to make the pass. Ryan White trying to figure out which way to go. There's excellent battles everywhere here in the top 10. And I almost think, Alan, I know you know how short tracks work. Look at this group of cars behind Tom Bourne. Gotta think everybody thinks they're quicker.
Oh, they do.
Tom tries to fight hard up on the outside. McKinney checks up just a touch. That gives Ryan White the opportunity to go down to the inside. He's trying to take away the 4th spot from Tom Bourne. He's going to be able to. Meanwhile, Joseph Grijalva moves down to the inside of Chris Hubka. Sees all this happening in front of him and says, this outside looks pretty nice. Let me get a nice run and try to on past you. Grijalva throwing a hammer in that plan as he pulls the side draft, trying to stay side by side down the back straightaway. Into turn 3. Matt Davies making contact there, a little bit behind with Brett Bullard. Brett really doesn't want to give up any of these spots, but he's unfortunately going to have to. Matt Davies pulls the inside. Bullard tries to suck him back around. Bullard with the run up on the outside. Davies, little bit of contact coming back up off of the corner. Both side by side, getting up into turn 3. Not able to just send it there on Bullard as White and Bourne are making contact. Phenomenal stuff here is White and Tom Bourne side by side. Once again, Tom not giving this up. He let Dalton McKinney around. He says, that's enough for me as Ryan White tries to send it down on the inside. Tom stays pretty strong in the middle. Able to get himself a run on the outside of that 34 machine. And now Joseph Grijalva find a way into the top 5. I always say you want to follow the faster car, but these guys cannot figure out which one it is.
They're still working it out.
Run out of time to work it out as the fuel window is now open. Expect guys to come in right away. They're probably going to try to split this around that 2 mark, maybe run a little past it. Not that late run advantage.
I would say that would be my play if I was on the track right now, but we know that I'm on that. We know why there's a reason I'm up here in the booth and not on the track.
Oh man, 3 wide. Joseph Grijalva up on the outside. What a move to take away 4th. He's going to try to take it. Tom Bourne trying to fight hard on the inside, but Joseph Grijalva going to be able to use up all of the racetrack he wants. Tom gets down on the... Oh, man, he got down on the apron. Slides up. Contact there coming up off of turn number 2. Bourne going to try to continue to fight. Ryan White follows through, and now White looks up to the outside. Matt Davies looking to the back of Tom Bourne now. He's going to make a run to the inside. Is he going to have enough? Been tough to pass Tom Bourne on the inside. Everybody, or well, those top 2 in front of him, had to do it on the outside, and Matt Davies sees that. He moves to the outside. Now Zach Woods tries to make a run down to the inside. Not quite able to make it happen there. They both get a little bit loose. Davies, nice run here on Tom Bourne. Gonna drive it into turn number 3. Trying to make that power move that he's made a couple of times already, and here comes Noah Jackson into the pits.
Like you always say, you're going to be the first to pit last.
40 to go. It's not an awful time to do it. They're almost a second off of their fast lap times as Davies able to clear Tom Bourne. Noah Jackson into the pits. Not only racing for this win, he's racing Matt Davies for the $100 bonus. Here comes Dalton McKinney from 4th. Tom Bourne trying to come in. Oh my goodness. I don't know if the team's going to make it. Looks like he should be good. Ray Whitehead leads now by almost 3 seconds over Joseph Grijalva. Ryan White 3rd. Matt Davies. Zach Woods round out the top 5.
Yeah, 223, 222 in the history book.
Closest come in. So the window is open, guys, to consider it. We've seen some of the front runners come in. Would imagine their call is take 4 tires and run it out as long as you can, but how many guys try to run it as long as they can now and take 2 or 0 tires at the end?
Good call. Zach Woods, as we were focused up on him and that number 60 car. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, there's Trey's Whitehead.
That top 2 coming in this time. Trey's got himself a gap. He's trying to get in here semi-aggressively. A little bit more of aggressive entries. Always work out in your favor. Ryan White going to take over the race lead with Matt Davies behind him. Zach Woods there behind him as well. Zach Woods strong in the late run of the race. Behind. We're running in 5th place right now.
He was let down a little bit ago.
Didn't really have the easiest start. Had some contact. I believe got up in grass. Oh, he spun to bring out 3rd caution of the flag pits. But yeah, he took his penalty. Able to get back onto the lead lap. Pretty strong. We're hearing some pit calls. I was trying to figure out who. The top 5 have come in. The 15 is coming in. Be 30 laps to go this time, and starting to wonder if the call for these guys is going to be 2 tires or less. And Matt Davies started to close in just a little bit on Ryan White. Pulling away from Zach Woods. That was a much closer gap that last time we looked. It was within 0.1 of a second. Now it's almost 1 second separating those. The first of the guys on 4 tires, Noah Jackson. Getting passed by Trey Whitehead. Galva Jr. Trying to close in on that battle. Around Adam Stewart. Matt Davies has taken over the race lead as Ryan White has come into the pits. Zach Woods in second place. Brett Bullard. How long? Oh, I think around 10 more laps. Is that going to give them enough space? Try to take only A in front of the drivers behind. Trying to unlap himself. That says the answer is no. Bourne took tires in at lap 221. Gonna go 39 laps to end. A pretty significant gap back to Dalton McKinney. Work his way around second place in Zach Woods. Whitehead came in, took 4 tires. 5, so one of the later drivers to come in a pit as he's trying to look to the inside of Brett Bullard. Not much space to get it done there. Start where he's running, just take the other line there. Matt Davies coming into the pits. Zach Woods takes over the race lead.
Wait, could Zach Woods have a chance at winning this thing here tonight?
Well, he's going to have one more pit stop to make, and he's got Tom Bourne 28 seconds behind him. It's going to be a very tough ask. But if he can't take 4 tires a second lap quicker, then this does have.
Greg Wood Jr., a phenomenal job. Or not Zach Woods, rather. Tom Bourne, as you were watching, phenomenal job right now. 15 spots, but I'm interested to see with 23 laps of what Zach Woods can do. Can he get the win here tonight? We're gonna find out in 22 short laps.
Well, he's pushing the end of his fuel run. Right, Bullard there. Got 2 seconds of separation. A Whitehead. Whitehead closing within a half a second of Dalton McKinney. Seconds back of Tom Bourne. Whitehead trying to show that staying out longer, taking 4 tires, getting it done thorough and right is the way to go. Tom Bourne trying to say, hey, need all that. Gotta make it. Laps to go for Zach Woods. Gotta believe Allen is just a couple of laps away.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's, you know, how long can you go? We're gonna have 19 laps and moving across the stripe here. Zach Woods putting on a phenomenal job right now. Liam, I tell you what, if Zach Williams ends up winning this thing,
Well, it's gonna be a tough ask. I might need a caution flag and hoping somebody behind him also, or maybe even that they don't. Got 20 tires. You get a caution here. Everybody's pitting. If Zach Woods, Brett Bullard, Adam Stewart, Tom Bourne, Trey Whitehead, top 5. Whitehead able to get around Dalton McKinney, now dealing with the lap traffic. Trying to close in on Tom Bourne. It's 1.3 seconds. Effectively, the battle for the race. Drivers have already made their final pit stop. Whitehead. Cap off. Phenomenal night. Hosting a phenomenal tournament. Brian White getting right to Noah Jackson. Out of the inside as Whitehead gets out of... Oh, that's going to cause Brian White to slide up just a little bit. Jackson keeps it off the wall. They're still dead even down the back straightaway. Pressure tires on the 34. He's going to be able to move forward. Now that's a battle for 7th place. Zach Woods staying out as long as he can. Last came in on lap 197. It's lap 245. 15 laps to go. Woods, Bullard, Stewart, still out there. And just, I know he can't make it to. I'm shocked he's wrong.
He's gonna try.
Approaching 50 laps on gas. Can't try. Oh, he's. Brett Bullard's coming in this time and almost hit the boat. Out another lap. Tom Bourne able to get back in front of Trey Whitehead. My mistake there. Trey Whitehead finally able to chase down Tom Bourne. Looks up to the outside. Tom goes to the bottom. Like a crossover here as Tom gets right up next to the wall. Not quite able to get his nose there. Oh, a little bit of a block there from the 16. Getting into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Whitehead down on the bottom. Gonna keep it right pinned on that apron. Tom Bourne gonna have to relinquish the race lead. Trey Whitehead takes over. Zach Woods does finally come in to pit. Adam Stewart still on the racetrack technically. Or, well, he is your race leader. Got to be coming in this time. No, he's not. How is he still out there? Adam Stewart showing us a masterclass that we don't know about fuel saving. Has gone 50 laps. Tank of gas. Secondly, gotta be trying to pedal it and hope he can make it to the end, but just cannot find it. Doesn't run out of gas. With a significant laps to go. Oh, he's out of gas. There it is. Adam Stewart, out of gas. Hey, Whitehead, take over the race lead. We're gonna relinquish it. Noah Jackson back in 13th place finds himself a lap down. Make an extra pit stop. Trouble back straight away. Adam Stewart, heavy damage. Posting it.
It's 8 laps to go.
Caution is out.
Oh no. Is that Tom Bourne?
That's Adam Stewart going slow on the bottom.
Well, it's caution number 7 on the night here.
Runs out of fuel.
Ugh. Yay.
Battle we were looking at. Oh, Noah smacked the wall pretty good there. Watching this. And see right front damage. Got a little. The
That's a great question. We're going to have that answered and many more as we get ready for a 5-lap shootout to the end here. And Liam, this has been an absolute marathon here tonight. But I want to thank everybody for, as I say, I want to thank everybody for sticking it out with us.
It's been a phenomenal night. We've got pollen in the air and we've got excitement coursing through our veins here as we run through. Now it's 5 laps to go this time. 4. Flag. Out and white. Driver to come in. He took 4 tires. 4 laps. Good enough. Get it done. Place. Trying to filter in, fall into line where they're supposed to be. Noah Jackson able to get back onto the lead lap after coming in pit lane. He's going to have to restart at the tail end of the lead lap. But he is on the same lap. Season tournament rival, Matt Davies. Starts in 3rd. He's got a good chance at winning this race. Starts in 4th, but still a really good chance of winning this race. Noah Jackson, he's going to need another caution flag. something to happen to that third.
First time winner coming up, maybe.
On the outside. Off Whitehead. I have 4 more laps to bring it home. Get about Ryan White on fresh tires. Green flag is in the air. Outside doesn't get that great of a restart. Well, they got a phenomenal restart. Ryan White wanted a better restart. Ray Whitehead driving away. Ryan trying to figure out where to go as Tom Bourne all over the back bumper. The 46. Contact between the 46 and the 32. Little bit sideways there. Gonna put the 46 all the way to the back. Dalton McKinney. Here comes Ryan White on 4 fresh tires into second place. Matt Davies in third. Contact. Problems on the front straightaway. Zach Woods goes around.
And we are going overtime.
We are going to overtime, Alan. Yes, you are 100% not over. See what happened here with the 60. Tom Bourne got up into the wall and Jack just got into him. They got into, I believe, Upka there in the Bass Pro. Really looked like he made a lot of contact there. Should be able to drive away clean. Imagine he didn't have any tires left to take, but really the only tire conversation we need to have, Alan, is first place Trey Whitehead and second place Ryan White. No, these guys are teammates. They're going to race each other clean, but Ryan White, advantage.
%100% correct.
Lucky dog. Cameron Coster. Dog. Sponsored by Welt Clothing. Cameron should be able to get time around. Tires have to restart and
Ouch.
Ray is picking the top side, gonna give Ryan White the Ray Whitehead, Ryan White, Matt Davies, Joseph Grijalva, Tom Bourne, Chris Hubka, Christian Rose. Of Bill Hagan. Way back onto lap up into the top 10. Look at start of the day. And it's been up and down. He was able to stay out. Get some for a little while, but top 10. Ray Whitehead ready to lead them down for overtime. First attempt at it. White 2 is inside on much fresher tires. Restart zone. All on Whitehead. Green flag in the air. White trying to point it down and straight, but run that 23 gets phenomenal restart. And they're side by side for second through turns 1 and 2. Ryan White able to hold it onto the bottom. Gets clear of Joseph Grijalva for second. 3 car lengths separate him from the race lead. Looks to a middle lane. Side by side, everywhere behind. Coming to the white flag. Contact coming into the wall. We got the white flag. This one's official. Ryan White trying to make it happen on fresh tires. Goes all the way down to the bottom. Touches the apron. He's going to close in heavily here through turns 1 and 2. Gets right up to the rear bumper within a car length. Christian Rose goes around down the back straightaway. Here comes Ryan White looking to the outside. Shades of Jimmy Johnson and Bobby Labonte. Down to the apron goes to 23. And up on the outside, Ryan White steals it. Ryan White wins the race. Trey Whitehead in second. Matt Davies in third. Christian Rose got wrecked there. Tom Bourne going to come home in fourth. And Brett Bullard in the top 5. Noah Jackson comes home in sixth. Means that Matt Davies, our podium finisher, is also $100 richer. I tell you what, Alan, this is going to be a fun podium. We get to talk to. We got Trey, we got Matt. Sponsored the deal. Matt won the deal.
Well,
Ryan White. Hope the Jimmy Johnson on Bobby Labonte move.
And he got some redemption from Watkins Glen whenever he had that one stolen from him, so. I cannot wait to talk to these guys.
Ryan White burns it down on the front straightaway. Job done here in the longest night for the EOL Racing League. And I tell you what, Alan, one of my longest nights here too. Definitely been a long day, but you can't thank everybody enough. Hanging out with us. Are tired and
Great analogy. I like it.
Ryan White. Turn it down. Let's get. Ryan, it's Liam Allen up in the booth. You got a copy.
Ooh, yes, sir. What's up, guys?
And you got it done. You had the fresh tires there at the end. Happy or not so happy to see that caution come out at the end too?
Man, I mean, if the green white checker didn't happen, I think I still would have got there. But you know, knowing what I know now, I'll certainly take this way. Man, it's just it's been a long year. Had a lot of bad races come my way, a lot of close calls. You guys remember Watkins Glen. But man, I couldn't be more thrilled. I hate that I had to pass my boss, Trey Whitehead, team owner. But man, it just feels good to win.
Yeah, man, he's got.
Well,
I'm kidding.
mean,
That's
I could have, but
that's more me sponsoring or bringing up the
yeah, man. Yeah,
to
big
take away
congrats to
from
him.
you. We also noticed at the beginning of the race, kind of got off strategy under the caution. Top off. Realized that you're on in the race being about 8. That just kind of a by the fly decision, trying to get up.
So early on, that either the first or second wreck, I thought I had some damage. So I came down pit road to check, didn't have damage, and it just worked out where, I topped off, of course, and had like 8 laps extra. And just when I ran long the first time and realized, it was working, I kept doing it over and over again, and it worked pretty good. I kept trying to shoot myself in the foot. You guys probably don't know this, but I have a minute 30 of damage right now. But yeah, just getting off strategy, trying to do something else, definitely paid off.
Ryan, you got it done here. Kind of shades of Bobby Labonte
Oh yeah.
over your team owner here, and thank them. But super strong run here. Who do you want to thank for getting it done?
Yeah, man. Got this awesome paint scheme from Trey Whitehead. He does a great job. Whitehead Speed Wraps, go check him out. Great looking cars every week. Really everybody at Whitehead Racing, Trey, Brock, Charles, Peyton, Holland, and Davies. Man, congrats to Davies for that $100. That's pretty huge. And yeah, man, that's you guys in the booth, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Awesome stuff next week, and congrats once again on winning the longest night EOL Race Wrap Guy Cup Series.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Right, Alan. Got our boy Trey.
Trey, it's Alan and Liam up in the SRM booth. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going all right. I'm sweating a little bit. It's the first time I've been competitive in a little while. So.
And to have your driver pass you on the last lap. Take us through that lap and how fun was that to race a teammate?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna lose a race, especially being part time, I'd much rather it be one of my teammates, and they know that it's never a gimme with me on the track. I mean, you only get to run a select few of these when you're part time, and I run a little more than what I wanted to, and I'll be running again next week. But I mean, Ryan and all the guys drove a hell of a race, including myself. I mean, got caught up in a lot of stuff, back to the front, and yeah, I mean, we had it, and I think Adam ran out of fuel. I was pretty frustrated about it, but I mean, things happen, and we took the white, and I had a really good run off of 4. I thought I had it, and the car just wouldn't turn down the hill and won, and it opened up the bottom for Ryan, and he just was able to absolutely drive to my outside and get to the right rear, and I mean, that was a hell of a finish. I haven't had my nerves up like that in a while since last season's championship. So it was a lot of fun racing with everybody again and being back up front.
But look, man, what a phenomenal job. An up and down night, but nonetheless, here our second. Before we get you out of here, who do you want to thank and who helped you get it done on that number 23 car?
Yeah, body armor on the car, but we've also got Superior Concrete Products, Travels by JD, and all the boys racing with us tonight. I know a few of them got into trouble, but Matt obviously winning the tournament, so he's getting an extra $100 bonus from that, so that's pretty cool. And obviously Hubka for putting on the league, all the other admins that I'm glad to be a part of that admin team. We've done a lot of changes that are positive for this season, and all the guys just continuing to show up for races. We've had a pretty steady car count around the mid 20s, and it's led to some good racing, and it was more great racing tonight. So you guys for putting on a phenomenal broadcast. I'll definitely be going back to watch that finish because as exciting as it was here in the simulator, I mean, I can't wait to hear the call on that. So yeah, just appreciate everybody involved, and we'll keep this thing rolling.
All right, you have a good night, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yes, sir. Thank
Actually, not so fast there.
you. Oh, okay.
We're going to keep you up in here, Trey, because we're going to bring in the tourney winner and also our third place finisher, Matt Davies. I know you guys had the chance to talk. No, we haven't had the chance to talk. Matt had a phenomenal race, and it seemed to be a race of just working your way through the field, staying up in that top 5, and you got her done here at the end, even after a little bit of damage. How do you feel knowing that you're taking money from the front?
Well, I feel great. I feel great about it. It was a grind of a race. I had a really good car. I knew I was quick. Got stuck in some trouble with the wreck somewhere mid-race. Just had to work my way back. It was an awesome finish. I'm glad one of my teammates won. 1, 2, 3. I like it.
You guys were able to put together a phenomenal race. Competitive, even that damage slow you down much you were able to get repaired, but
I was able to get enough, just enough. This Folds of Honor jockey car was flying tonight. I'm glad to get this car kind of in victory lane. Winning that in season means a lot. It's good stuff. It was awesome. Kind of burn it down there with the teammate in Ryan. Yeah, team worked hard this week. Lots of practice. Really ironing out those lines. Had a great race. Just it was a great time. Good rebound from last week, getting caught up in that early wreck.
now we're gonna bring it over to Trey here. We've talked to you as a in race reporter. We've talked to you second place finisher, owner. I don't know, man. You put together a phenomenal tournament here. How do you, having finished off this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if with my paint shop being the sponsor, if I wanted anybody to win biased, it was one of the guys, and we had a lot of our guys go head to head, week in and week out, and Matt survived the top gauntlet of the bracket and was able to face Noah, who was really fast in this race, and Matt was as well early on. They both got caught up in their own accidents, and it wound up Matt getting the job done. But yeah, the whole tournament was such a great idea. Obviously, we got to credit Peyton Holland, who was the originator of the idea to Hupka, and when they needed somebody to step up and execute it, with everything I've been doing with the league points wise and everything, I happily took it, and I think everybody's embraced it, and it'll definitely be returning for next season. But Matt, obviously on behalf of Whitehead Speed Reps, congratulations on winning the in-season tournament and your $100 bonus.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Couple shout outs here. Trey Whitehead, appreciate you having me on the team here, coming up with these awesome paints week in, week out. So thank you for that. Wife Rachel, giving me the time, space to knock all this stuff out, take care of business here on my sim racing setup. And for the support she brings, I'm also my parents watching week in, week out, a couple other family members, siblings, everything like that. So thanks to all my supporters, my teammates, be Trey, Brock, Ryan, Charles, and Peyton, and everybody else out there. I appreciate you guys up here in the booth. It's been a great season. I look forward to next week.
Stuff, Matt, and we're looking forward to next week. Gonna ask you if you wanted to shout anybody out. So, else.
Oh man, anybody else? I'll shout out my boy Ross Chastain. He's awesome paint ideas. I know Trackhouse doesn't have the speed, but they'll get their stuff together. All my buddies back home, cousins that support, that watch, everybody that keeps me going in this. iRacing has its ups and downs for sure. We'll count this as an up, but sometimes it's rough. So for everybody out there keeping me going here, I'm always learning. I appreciate it.
Awesome stuff, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here. Congrats on the second and the third. And hey, congrats on that hundo, man, winning the tournament.
Thank you, guys. I do appreciate it. Everybody have a great night.
Thank you.
Right, Alan. Oh, do it. And left to do. Go the Ryan White gets the job done. 7-2 over Trey Whitehead. Matt Davies in $100 courtesy. Fourth place was Tom Bourne, Brett Bullard, Noah Jackson, Chris Hopka, Bill Hagan, Kenny. Build it will scroll by on the bottom. Tom Bourne, your hard charger of the day, of one position, 160 of the most 42. 22 different lead changes. Okay, with 11 different leaders. Ryan White was the fastest driver in 8 cautions, but was almost a 100-miler here.
Yeah, what a phenomenal race here. And here we are finishing up here at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, it was a long one, but longer. Still a
Yeah.
super fun night. Super cool to see Ryan White steal one up on the outside. Trey Whitehead get a phenomenal return here. Second place that day, winning the in-season tournament. Super great stuff here from Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Been a great night, but as always, we're going to sign off with a quote from Cletus. Do it for Dale and be like Biff. Tony, as you guys walk through life, playing traffic. Have a good night, folks.